This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. Hello everybody, I am back with another build alongside with me sort of video. As you can see, I already made a shell, but I decided this time that it could be fun to upload the blank shell to the gallery. And if you're watching and you want to build with me, you can do the same exact shell. You don't have to build it with me if you want. You can even just go and take the shell off of the gallery. So this will be uploaded on the gallery by the time you're watching this. And if you want me to be able to see it after, you can just use the hashtag CKShells and upload it that way. That's where you can find the shell too, or just go to my gallery, which is TheCrackedKyber. I thought it would be something fun and something different, and I've been wanting to do a shell challenge, and my friends were like, "Yes, give us a shell challenge." And I figured this would be a very like casual way to do that, and it's something that I could maybe do more often because I can incorporate more of these sorts of style videos in if people enjoy them and they like this sort of format. It could be fun, and like maybe if people do submit their shells, I can show like pictures of them in another video in the future. I don't know. I just came up with this idea randomly while I was building the shell to start a video. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just upload the shell to the gallery? But I'm going to stop talking and I'm just going to start building. I decided to build this on Brooks Bridge Burrow in Glimmerbrook because this to me is going to be a pack limited build. It's going to be base game and Realm of Magic because in October I want to try and do base game plus one pack for the occult packs, and I've already done werewolves, and so going right to Realm of Magic now. Vampires will probably be next. I'm going to assume that I'm going to do it in the same type of style where I'm talking and building at the same time. I don't know if I'm going to be making a lot of cuts in this one because, I mean, if it's a build with me and if people want to build alongside me, hold on, let me turn my audio capture up so you could actually hear the Sims noises. But if people want to build alongside me, it would be kind of rude for me to make giant cuts and be like, yeah, try to catch up now. I'm like, I pause and now I have like the entire interior done of the build. But I kind of cheated when I was setting up the shell and I was checking to see if the roofing would make any sense. And I'm going to try and not change the roofing in any way. I mean, like the structure, because that would defeat the purpose of the shell. But you know what? If you want to change some things, I'm not against it. But I like the challenge of having to like stick with the shell already. But I'm not going to point out if people change things. And honestly, I think it will just show your creativity if you did want to change it. I'm not going to complain about it. But yeah, I need to pull this out a little bit. I really did enjoy doing a pack limited builds in real time because it also allows me to look through the items with everybody and really just experience the pack once again. I feel like this might be a greenhouse section in the back, but I don't know what kind of roofing to do over there because I don't know if I want the same thing over and over again. This is like a very basic way to do this. Also, the balance of this shell is kind of weird, but I feel like a lot of shell challenges are pretty weird, and I think that's the purpose to like challenge yourself to build with what is already there anyway. I think we can help with the balance in some ways. I'm going to probably raise it up and move it around on the lot a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to use the terrain tool for this. I usually like doing raised up terrain in some areas. I'm not sure like which section of it I should do it on. Maybe, I don't know if I want it on that side or this side to have this raised up at all. I guess this one. And I could have like a water feature over there. A pond or something. I think that'll be nice. I don't know if that's gonna make the balance even more weird because this is so tall and it makes it look even taller. But if it is an occult build, I think that just adds some whimsy to it in general, and I think it should be okay. I don't know if I said just before, but if you are going to use the shell for anything, You don't need to make it pack limited. You can do whatever you want with it. It really doesn't matter. For me, it's pack limited because that's just what I want to do for October is revisit the occult packs. And this is, I feel like, a nice format to do that in. And I know that Realm of Magic doesn't really add a lot of like landscaping items. It adds some though, especially recently with some of the expansion packs. We haven't gotten any actual items. Well, these are debug items. Maybe let me see. Yeah, okay, never mind. There's none in Realm of Magic either. It's all in debug. I forget because I have Better Build Buy turned on, and it's usually always turned on too. Oh no, I forgot how to do this because I feel on the spot because I'm talking and building at the same time. Anyway, I just threw some plants down. I really love this part of the lot. I don't build here often, and it's because it's a smaller lot that I'm used to. It's a 30 by 20. Usually I like 30 by 30s or 30 by 40s, whatever way it is. 40 by 30? I don't know. I usually go for those sorts of size lots, but I think it should be okay. And I don't know if I wanted the terrain to be a little bit taller. I think I might throw off that the pond is there. So I'm probably just gonna make it like sit slightly on a slope. It could be interesting if I had half of the deck kind of buried in the terrain and half not, and then it could kind of look a little bit more older. Oh, never mind. I was like, I thought for some reason that this would be kind of like in the terrain. Of course it's not. I don't know why I would think that. I'm just gonna have. Is that weird to have one stair on a double door? I think so, but then I feel like it's weird to have three there too. I don't know if I should extend this porch out a little bit. I mean, maybe because then they could like sit and overlook the pond here. That could be kind of nice. I'm gonna go for that. It's something different, and it's okay if it looks weird at first. I I suppose I need this though if I'm gonna do that. And I don't know what fences to use. This is what we got in Realm of Magic. It's very fancy though. But I have a feeling this build is gonna have to be fancy. But I usually really like to do like old wooden fences and decks, that sort of style. And so that's what I'm like most comfortable with and what I feel like I probably want to do. If this changes, it'll probably change based on the interior, on if the interior is going to be really fancy. I am not envisioning it to be that way, but the items are very like expensive looking in Realm of Magic, so it might just naturally have to lead that way. But I'm gonna go in the direction that I want to and hope that it can continue in that sort of way too. I think it should work out in the end. Might do, I don't know, I wasn't really like a fan of the color wood for this. It needs to be a lot warmer because a lot of the swatches in Realm of Magic is just like very warm wooden tones, and it's very hard to build with it. It's like for me, I don't really always lean towards Realm of Magic for like doors and stuff, even though I really love the stained glass that comes in it. It's just a little bit harder to work with than some of the other packs for that. Like I usually use Get Together for stained glass and it like works nicely. I mean, does that work? Oh, that's I've never looked at these swatches. Are these like kind of new? I mean, that's really bright. I I don't want that. I'm gonna go with my safe options. It's okay if everything doesn't match perfectly. I do love these arched windows. However, I made both the medium wall height because that's where all the doors and archways are. So I could have like a really large window up there, but I feel like this build is so small, it doesn't make sense to have huge windows for it because it kind of like takes up the entire build. I really love the stained glass that comes in Realm of Magic. It's kind of unfortunate that we don't have too many options of it though. We have just like the floral ones, and then we have one that is moon and like star, but it's only in those swatches too. And usually I build with sort of a darker wood. Do I want the darker wood? I really like the red flowers in the other one though, so I'm really going to have to stick with that anyway. I don't know if I can. Will it look strange to have? My problem with putting really like big windows on a roof peak is that then it makes the level under it look kind of weird, and I can never find windows that would feel like they make sense together here. I would love to do that, but I think it's like way too much if I did end up doing that. So I might not be able to have anything up there. Can I mix and match these windows with those ones? I have a feeling that like I can't, but I'm probably going to do it anyway, even if it looks a little bit strange. Is there a better swatch for it? I'm not using red. I was like, should I be bold and try something different? No, I can't do that. I don't know if this would work. We'll try and see if I can do that. What else do we have? We have these ones, which I actually really do love too. The shapes of these windows are really nice. I just wish that we had some more wooden swatches. I really like these dark wood ones, but like, yeah, all we have is then like a lot of yellow in the stained glass. And I really wish that the swatch came in that one. That would have been nice. I don't know. Is all the windows going to be stained glass in here? I don't think I can make the rustic wooden window work with the other ones. I mean, I won't use all stained glass because I could use the glass walls now because we have them in base game that just came out like this summer. So at least there's that. I might make this entire back wall. This is going to be very fancy now. Unless I use that. No, it has to be the fancy one. Okay. Um, what wallpapers do we have for the exterior that did we get any? Oh yeah, we have the brick and stuff. I know that I use the brick pretty often in my builds. I also love the wallpaper that came with Realm of Magic. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, we have this brick and we have this one. Are they like have the same swatches or no? Okay, no, they're different. I do like this brick one a bit better. So I'm going to use this on some of the accent areas. And maybe I need to actually do the roof first because the roof is going to throw me off. I'm going to use my favorite one in base game. It's just that. I probably gonna just use that color of it too. Oh no, is something happening? I get so scared when I click and something is like being weird because that usually means a crash is happening. But I think it just wasn't. Like, I don't know, for some reason it wasn't selecting. No crash, thankfully, because if it was crashing, I would not have been able to save. And unfortunately, I've lost a lot of progress in builds doing that. I do love this green. I don't know if it's... You know what? I don't know. We're gonna try it. I'll change it if it ends up being terrible. It might be terrible. I don't know. I really like it too, though. Okay, it's throwing me off because we have the unfinished walls around it, and I need to put some other stuff down. And we really only have this kind of wooden wall for base game, so that's what I'm gonna have to go for. I just am unsure about how it's going to look with these doors and stuff. It feels very plain currently, and maybe I just need to add some more stuff to it to make it a little bit better. want this wood here. This build is so simple. It kind of reminds me of Sims 2. Sims 2 had some really good stained glass options. I think I have a Witchy Sims 2 build on my channel. I think it's the only Sims 2 build video I have on my channel when the Sims 2 and Sims 1 like re-released. I love the Sims 2 stained glass. It is probably the best in any game. Don't remember too much about Sims 3 stained glass though, because I used to build very modern builds in the Sims 3. So unfortunately, I can't comment on that. And I'm forgetting what I'm doing. I need to sort by Realm of Magic and base game. I've already almost forgotten, and I've almost just used something different. Another thing that I like don't really like too much about base game is that we don't have a lot of foundations, and I don't really like pretty much any of the brick ones is what I learned when I was doing my werewolves build. They just don't work for me, but that's okay. I don't do this often. So, because I really love this one, but it doesn't really work for that. And yeah, I just like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't think I'm a fan of the trim of it because it's so bright. But then I don't want the brick. Is there one? Okay, there's this. Okay, maybe I was a hater for no reason. This one's a lot better. I don't know if I went through the swatches of that one when I was doing my werewolves one, but that's the one that I'm gonna go for. So base game foundation, at least there's one that I do like. And I really do want to try and mix some of the other windows into here. This one I think does actually work with it. It kind of similar in color, not too much, but I think that they can go well together. I would like to have a back door like over here, and I don't know if I'm going to do a Realm of Magic door or I'm going to try and pick out a different door. Like that one can work. The walls are so tall now. I really like this window. I just don't know where to put it now, and now I'm starting to not like that wood tone. Okay, wait, because we have the white trim here and then the white in the window there. I think I'm on to something. And I mostly need to get some fake ivy out to start hiding some of the walls because I think that is going to be the major problem for me in this. And I had to pause because my dogs were barking, but when I was going back to just check the audio of my other uh part that I just did, I realized that I kind of wanted to try and do something back here with an archway and have this be sort of outside but not fully outside. I think it could help to add something interesting in it, and it could be kind of like a place where they can have tea. I think that would look nice. I'm like, I think I'm really sure I want to use this swatch so bad, but I don't think I can because the other one just looks so much better, which is really unfortunate because I really wanted to use a wait. Do they not have? Okay, they do. I got nervous for a second. I think I'm going to have to change to this one because it's just not working for me. I was really trying because I really like that one, but I think it's going to limit me like way too much if I have that. I'm being very like indecisive because now when I turn it on this side, I really like that window. And I like it better. Do I like it better than that one? No, I don't. I'm going to end up like here. I'm gonna look at the furniture. This is the problem with Realm of Magic. We don't have enough good wooden swatches. And I don't know, because in the interior, I will be using that too. I mean, these look fine together anyway. Like, even if I wanted those, I'm I'm struggling to decide what I want to do with it. I think it like visually everything matches a lot better with this one. So I think I'm gonna go with it. I just like I need to stop thinking about how I like the stained glass on the other one a little bit better. If only we could just have the stained glass on every single swatch and we could pick and choose from it. I think that would have just saved me from having to change this, even though I really didn't want to make any changes for that. Can I use the oh that's a giant. I don't like I need to just check to see if somehow oh no, there's no yeah, this has like white accents on it, which is not helpful. This is not something that I can actually use for this build. But I thought I had seen somebody would like make a room and then they're able to put is that does that work actually like that? I don't okay, yeah, they did. Cuz I remember seeing a short of someone doing that where they put a room and then they're able to put those accents up there and I never tried it and so I was nervous to figure it out and I was just like I feel like I'm being perceived so hard while building this that I don't know if I have the time. But it's like I have all the time in the world. It's not I don't know why I'm rushing myself. And I don't know if I want to try the same. I need to have it over here though because I don't like how flat that looks. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I need to start doing this in all of my builds because I always want to do that and then I never remember. But because I'm sitting here kind of building and talking, I was able to remember that I'd seen someone do that. And when they did it, I was like, that is so smart. And I love them for it. And it's been like a month since I'd seen it, and I did nothing with it. But now I am. So that's a plus. And it definitely helps it to feel less plain, I think, because that's my one problem when I'm doing pack limited builds is that the shell itself always just looks like there's not. See here, I was like, oh, maybe I'll bring this out, but no, I'm gonna stick with my shell that I did. Uh, okay, I need to remember to stop eye dropping unnecessary things because going to be going back to having to sort it. Even though I should just disable packs every time I am doing a pack limited build. I think that adding the plants to the roof is going to help my builds have some more personality, I think. And if it's not these ones, I might just put some debug bushes on the roof because these are very bright green. I usually build with G shade on. As you can see, I have like issues with my G shade and sometimes it's like very overexposed, I guess. It's like the whites are so bright and it hurts my eyes. And I really just want to find a new one that works for all sorts of lighting and not just very specific lighting that I have to like go and use mods to change the time of day to get the perfect lighting in order to actually use it. I think pink is going to be a really pretty accent color for this, and I'm able to accept the bright green of it now that I have just some like more colors in it. Helps it to like not seem as drawn to the greens, and now you're kind of drawn to the pinks. And I really like this shade of pink with this. I think it's cute. One thing I just remembered was that on YouTube, I had got like a notification about enabling community posts. So, like in the community section, I think people can share stuff, but I really don't know because I don't know how it works. I've never like seen anybody do it. I haven't like looked into it because I was like, if that works and people can share pictures, people would share pictures of their like these builds or their other builds. Because sometimes people say that they are like building something while watching, and I'm like, I wish I could see what you're building. I don't know if you want to try and you want to like try and post something. I don't know how it works, but I would love to see if that somehow is a feature that truly is on. and if it is things that people would want to share there. Especially if I do this more often, I think it could be nice to look at each other's builds that they make for like any of the shells. I think that'll be nice. I'll do the same thing with the vampires too. I'll do this for all the occult limited builds that I'm doing the builds with me style video, uh just to give an option to others. And now that I have some plants on the roof, I am liking my decision to change the wood swatch to the darker one, even though you had to hear me like in an internal battle. Well, it wasn't internal because I was yapping about it, but my battle of wanting to use the other swatches and then reluctantly choosing this one. I think it was the right choice. I just really need some more height on the roof, and so I need a chimney, and I don't know. Okay, we didn't get any in Realm of Magic, which is unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to use one of the base game ones, which I'm not like the biggest fan of the base game options that we have, but this one is pretty nice. I want to have at least like a couple of them around. There needs to be one back here. Oh, maybe that would add way too much height. I don't know. This needs to be like, wait, I have Toolmon installed, right? Do I? Do I not have Toolmon installed right now? Okay. I don't have Toolmon installed because okay. It deleted some of my stuff. Hold on. Okay, that deleted my stuff. I need to put deletion protection on. I uninstalled Tool Mod when Adventure Awaits came out because that mod is what always causes the world to be blank and you can't load into it, and I haven't put it back in. So maybe halfway through this, I might have it back installed because I don't think I'm going to do this entire build in one sitting. And so when I close my game, I'll probably end up getting it back. What was I doing again? Deletion protection, which is very scary because it can make your game crash if you have it on for too long. But that's usually just all I do is for a second. Oh my god, I need to turn it back on. I'm so quick to turn it off because I get so nervous. This is going to be a problem the entire time I'm building though, and that is going to get deleted at least a few times. And that is what was happening in my werewolves one too, where I had to keep checking to see if it actually was there or not. And I don't think that, well, this one might be better. And then I could have the smaller one up here, is what I'm thinking. There's also the square one. I don't know which one I want. Maybe this more rectangular one could look nice. And I like the red brick there, and then maybe I can size down this one too and have it. No, I'm gonna have to use the smaller one. I know this might look a bit strange, but I like when builds look a little bit strange for occults. And I'm mostly just worried about the balance on this side, and I think that I can change that by maybe even just adding a porch off to the side. Like another porch here. Ooh, well, I'll worry about this in a second. Now I can change this to the... Do we have one? Okay, that one. I want to just check if I want this to be... Maybe... I keep grabbing the wrong things. Do I want it like this? And then this could be like indoor, outdoor tea room with a whole bunch of different plants. I think that works as kind of like a plant garage where this is kind of open. I don't know why it's not a plant garage. Please ignore me. And now all of my foundation got reset. This will be the lattice deck back here, which I love, so we'll do this here. Maybe this is a little bit too big and maybe even too square. So I'll do that. Do I want to make this? You'll probably change the fencing over here too now. Okay, I need to get this other deck back, which is just this one. I think I can get a darker fence here because I changed the colors that I was using. Please, why does the game hate me? I don't want this to have to keep resetting over and over again. Okay, if I do that, it's not going to reset. This game really will fight you sometimes. Okay, I'll go with that. Um, I don't know if these need to be connected though. And this needs to be out a little bit more. I think it might have to. I'll probably add some different of these bushes in between some of this fence so it's not all just the same. I don't know which direction I want the wood flooring to go in. Maybe like that. This works. There's something else I wanted to fix. Oh yeah, I wanted to fix the terrain a little bit now that I added just a little bit extra, like, area around it. So now the terrain is kind of different. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Have this surrounded by trees on the side anyway. And a bunch of different flowers. The romantic garden stuff flowers will look really nice with this build. But I don't have it right now because this is pack limited, but it would look really nice. I'll need some more ivy too in some places. At least in base game we have this sort of thing to create ivy. But of course, like, I'm always liking the get together ivy a lot more than this one. But this is what I have right now, so this is what we get. Remembering to not high drop every single thing, so I have to keep putting the base game filter on. Honestly, I don't think I have to sort by Realm of Magic until I'm on the interior, because there really wasn't much with Realm of Magic besides the doorways and windows. I need columns. I think that's also going to help the build have some sort of, like, dimension without it, like, I don't know, because it's so flat right now. Except I feel like there isn't a good swatch for just the regular wooden column, which is confusing to me. Oh, these ones are nice though. Have we always had these colors? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I've never seen this one before. I'm gonna have to eye drop it though. I swear I've never looked through these ones, or was this added when we got a bunch of new swatches to columns? Sometimes I just will never remember. Because if I had known about this, I would use this all the time because I feel like it makes it look so cozy and really cute, and I would be using this in every single one of my builds. I actually really like how these columns look. I need some back here too. Do I want them in the middle? Yeah. I think it helps it to look a little bit more supported and natural that way. Nice. I'm actually really liking how it's turning out now. I was getting nervous before. Sometimes when I do these videos, I'm just like, I'm going to build something and then it's going to look like the worst thing ever. And I'm going to feel embarrassed and I'm not going to want to share it with anybody. But this one I actually really, really like. I need to sort by pink. So I see what kind of flowers we have in base game that is just pink. Okay, not a lot. We have this, which I don't think even really matches what I had here. Okay, there's all of these. I was in the wrong section. So I feel a little bit better now. Because I want it to be more like muted and like this pale pink is really cute. So I'll use those sorts of colors. Why is R oh, is it because there's like a hint of pink on the oh, okay, it is actually pink, but there I see mostly yellow and orange when I like move out a little bit. Those would be cute. I just need to find a good mixture of flowers and plants, and then I'm just gonna eye drop them like over and over again. Except I might also throw in some. I want to throw in a different color into it too. I could do yellow because there is a lot of yellow in the stained glass, but I feel like that yellow is like. I'm like, are these different? They're exactly the same. Are these one debug and one is. Wait, huh? These are two different ones. Are they just what is what is the difference? I'm I'm very confused and very lost. They look exactly the same, but they're both $20. Wait, these ones why are three of these showing up? I think I might just go with the white flowers then. Yeah, I think the white will be fine. And anything else? These ones? I could use these somewhere too. And if I mix a little bit more of this, okay, I think this is probably a good starting point of like blending things that I can eye drop because I have some of my grass here, but then I have like different accent pieces all around too. I'm going to create a border with these throughout the entire side over here. Maybe I need a staircase on the side. And now I'm trying to imagine if I want some sort of levels in the terrain that go down to a fountain that I can't fully see in my head right now. Like, maybe. You'll have to, like, this is. I don't know, I guess you'll have to just watch me try and figure out what it is that I want this to be. Because I'm struggling to see the vision. Because I'm imagining something like almost like a pathway with trees around it and sort of like a bird bath hidden over here, but I don't think I have enough space for something like that. And if I had, this is what's wrong with the 30 by 20 lots, because if this was a little bit bigger, then I'd probably be able to actually do the idea that I was thinking about. And I don't think it's going to happen, but I would like to see if I can have it happen. I don't want to block off too much of the front of the house. And it needs to, I feel like it needs to flow with these too. I feel like that's natural. It looks like it's part of the forest around, so that can probably stay. I see very narrow trees over here. We don't have a lot that I think works, because I feel like the ones that we have isn't the right shade of green that I'm looking for. Oh, I love this tree. But that one is like actually way too big, I don't think. Yeah, I like the other one better. But that is a pretty tree too. Do I have to just use these? Throw this back here. I did have to stop because they really were barking because somebody was delivering something. But I think I want this to be a dirt pathway instead of stone. I really imagine this whole thing to feel connected to each other and almost like you're walking through a whole bunch of plants, maybe like potted plants, even like inside here. And if I had life and death, I would have a tarot spot here, but I am building this with just base game and Realm of Magic. But that would be a cute idea to have some tarot cards there. And when I was thinking about what occult builds I'll do, I really don't think that there's much more than just spellcasters and vampires that I want to do for Halloween, but I can do a ghost one, and for that I might do life and death only, which could be fun. I'm going to try and upload twice a week for the rest of October. That's my goal. I wanted to have this video up Monday so I could have more time to do my voiceover for my Copperdale Bakery builds, and I didn't want to rush that. And so I was like, if I finish this, which I think I can because I don't have to edit it, it's just literally just me building and talking, and I put it all together, and then it'll take me a while to render it, but that's a lot easier than having to edit a full speed build down and do a whole voiceover and take a bunch of pictures. It's like a whole process. I didn't want to do that all weekend. I think I'd rather this. I was feeling very under the weather and like still I occasionally am coughing and then I'm not coughing and then my chest hurts because I was randomly coughing a lot more. And so I wasn't sure if I'd even be able to get videos out next week, but I mean, I'm doing it now, so, and I don't think I sound very sick, because again, it's like a very strange cough where it's just like comes and it goes, and it bothers me only sometimes. And so I was like resting before too, just to like, I don't know, not strain my voice just in case anyway. Okay, I need Realm of Magic. I want to see what potted plants I have. I think it's all just base game though. But I do want to start mapping this out. It's okay that it's a base game, and I could even get some of the outdoor pots and put some outdoor plants into. Also some gardening areas like flower beds and stuff could work for this. I think I mostly want larger plants. I never get to use this because it's so big. So the fact that I'm doing this build means that I can use plants that I don't normally use. I do love this sort of like orange. Is it an orange tree? Well, yeah, lucky citrus tree. I love these. have this somewhere to... I don't know where the cauldron is going to go for this build. I think this would be cute on the natural terrain down here. Yeah, I'll do green just so it's like a different color and it's not all blending into the wood around it. And oh, this would look nice, I think. Go to outdoor stuff. So the cauldron. Oh wait, it could be nice instead of like a water feature down here. I could do the cauldron down here. That would be cute. I probably want to make it a bit wider, I think. I mean, it's really close to this edge of the thing. I don't even think I could. No, it's at where it can go. I think that would make more sense to have the cauldron there. Because it's a pretty small build. And I don't know where a bedroom is going to go. Probably up here. I need to get an idea for... Okay, no, this is like the perfect size for a bedroom up here, so it should be okay. And I don't know about a staircase. I'll try and figure out where the staircase is gonna go. This would make the most sense. I mean, then it blocks the window there. Can I move the staircase over one? That would make more sense too, because I imagine this is going to be a bathroom. And I'll probably have to add a little bit more windows in. Yeah, okay. Oh, I can't do that either. I can have it here, though. I will make this have walls. Like that. And I don't think I'm gonna have a door. I think it'll look fine just like that. And then the bathroom is like right off of the stairs too. Should I do a large bathroom? It seems big, but once I have like a bathtub in here and stuff, I think it won't be. And like kitchen over here. Where's the living room? The living room would be pretty small. But I feel like most of the living space would be out here anyway. And yeah, the cauldron will have to be here then because I don't really have space. And this would be a dining room. And then whatever could fit in the living space would be here. Should I do large stained glass windows leading out here? So that there's something to actually look at from there, because it feels very dark in there. Then maybe I can use pretty large window. Why are these windows not have... Hello? What wood swatch is this? I guess I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if I want to do a large stained glass here too. Or... What the... I kind of like the idea of like looking out the window into this little courtyard area. I wouldn't even know if this would be considered a courtyard, but in my head, it makes sense. And then you look out to the stained glass there. Sorry that my camera is like... I'll see if it makes sense, and I could have curtains here to make it seem like it makes more sense. I also need to put that. Okay, because originally I was going to put a door here, but I feel like that would be a huge waste of space in the build. And I don't think I'm going to have a... Would I have a TV in here? I'm not exactly sure what's gonna go inside. You just get some lights in. I wanted to make sure that the floor plan made sense and I had an idea of where things would go. And I didn't really expect to continue to be planning this, but here I am now, so. This was the kitchen. The kitchen wouldn't have a closed door, right? Oh wait, that's really cute. I like the blue door. I am like okay with the wood not really matching on the interior. It was the exterior that was throwing me off with like that. It really doesn't look that bad though. But I do think this stands out a bit more and has more contrast. But the other one doesn't look bad. I just want a little bit more contrast for that. I really wish we had like a single archway in a Realm of Magic too, and having this might make it look weird. I guess that this has always been a thing, because I feel like I remember the spandrels, so I just talk nonsense sometimes. I can't do that either, though, because that's also completely, like, not equal. I can't move the stairs at all, because then I can't have a door there. I'm almost, like, gonna start using other packs on accident. Um... Unless I can make it look like it blends in a little bit better if I put curtains over here too. That could be nice. Like really tall curtains though. Even that kind of makes it look like it possibly can work. And then I'll like get some more curtains for there later on. Before I forget, as I always forget to do the that. Okay, I have walls there, so I don't need to put fencing there, but I always forget to eye drop that. And so, like, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, living space. I really do want to just figure out what the living space is going to be. I would like a desk somewhere too, so I need to figure that out, but I think that would be upstairs. This is such a strange hallway that I feel like I can't focus on the rest of the build until I have this sort of figured out. I could do like a really large couch here. I think that color is nice. These windows, I don't know if I want to bring these up a little bit. Does that poke through? Okay, that's not even part of the upstairs, so it's fine if it does poke through. Still not completely sold on this concept of the window, especially because I want a fireplace in here too. Where would the fireplace go? In the dining room. This is a huge fireplace, though. I don't think I have space for a fireplace. Yeah, I don't think I have anywhere that I could put it. I mean, off to the side there, that doesn't make a lot of sense for me. I don't think I can use that fireplace even if I really tried to. This one has some nice swatches, though. I don't know if it's like too modern looking. If I use the small one, I could put it here. I want to try and like imagine what this would be. That wouldn't make much sense to have that there either. But if this was all outside, it could be. I mean, there's no seasons with what I'm doing. And I don't understand the purpose of this hallway living room space. It really doesn't make much sense to me. Like, what would this be? Unless this is just a study itself. It could just be like miscellaneous things. I could have 2 chairs out here instead. I think I could do that. I wanted this to feel like a place that people could sit down and have tea. Maybe I could do like chess tables and stuff in here. Or maybe this could be where the desk setup is. There's no living room in this build because I can't work it out. This is the living room. There's no couch unless I throw in a couch there, and so it looks like they're like sitting there and through the archway. You see them. That could maybe make sense. But do I want to use the Realm of Magic? I mean, if this is a pack limited build, I might as well use some of the items. I don't know. Sitting here, I'm gonna have to change the thing. I feel like I could get away with that as a living space where you see through the archway there. Okay, so I think I have the interior like completely planned out, and now I can like start helping it flow into the outdoor space a bit better. I need a good mixture of plants, but I don't want it to just feel like I threw them all here. I want them to at least like seem like they still go together nicely. And some of the planters too. Which some will be empty to actually plant stuff in, and some I'll put some of the like outdoor flowers in it. Probably that much is good, and I'll eye drop some of the same plants that I just had. That's kind of in the way though, so I'll throw that off to the side. Maybe some benches. This would be nice somewhere. Oh, we have this too. This could go down by the cauldron area. Where would the trash can go? Probably hidden. Make sure that you can at least, like, get to it just in case it's not functional. Do we have a bird bath? Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, it would kind of be cute to just have thrown in the landscape here, though. I also need to decorate this a little bit. It's gonna be just me eye dropping the same sort of plants over and over again anyway. Do I want another fountain? Another fountain. There's one fountain. I was like considering the bird bath as a sort of fountain. I think there's a lot of space for it though. It's kind of big. Yeah, I won't put that in there. Alright, I'm just gonna start eye dropping this and filling in the terrain. Because I don't know if I'm gonna have much more over on the side there. Need like at least some of these by the water though. I want to smooth this though, because I really don't want to get like rocks out for this, but I might have to. That's something that I like having tool mod for though, is to lower the rocks down. Ooh, sorry. I need to I need to try and like get it completely under the house. Oops. You don't really see it, right? That's something I might just fix later. I don't want to have to fight with it, like, going so weird and, like, flickering a bunch. Cute. Do I want... I think I do want most of these filled up now that I'm, like, looking at it like this. I think it looks really nice with the flowers in it. I could probably get some, like, witchy clutter out here after. I'm not sure if I'm going to focus on that right now or if I'm just going to hold off on putting a bunch of detail until later. I don't want just like random books outside though. Need to do this so that I can move these items on the table where I actually want them to be. Some candles on the floor, because why not? Have this at the front door. Wait, I can just look at everything at once. Let me look at just Realm of Magic, though. I thought we had, like, way more. Oh, I don't have... Oh, did I accidentally turn move objects off? I did. Oh, that hides way too much of that. I'm not gonna do that. I really assumed that we had so much more decoration in Realm of Magic than we actually do. Probably have some herbs outside. That could be nice. I want like the potions in the kitchen. Don't know where the counters are gonna go, so some of that might have to move after. Also, one of those little scales could be really cute in there. A mirror up here. I need to pick out the wallpaper for this, because right now it's just all the plain walls. I'm gonna put a runner out here. I wish this green was a little bit less bright. I know that I really like it in my like G shade if it's not this. It's just very bright right now on this lot. I may not even have a lot to say while I'm just putting some items down. I just want to like find things that could make sense in some areas. And I might even just grab a bunch of stuff just to have, and then I'll find a space for it later on. I can't put anything against these walls much. I have out here. I really like this. I just don't know where I want this to go. Upstairs. I'll organize that stuff better. I need to get flooring and walls in here because this is throwing me off. I can't believe I went this long without actually putting stuff down. Oh yeah, I did want to use this somewhere. Do that in the dining room. Maybe not up here. I'll just have that wood floor up here. What do I want in the kitchen? I don't really want stone flooring in either of these spaces. I could do that for the bathroom. Do I do that for the kitchen too? I could do my favorite flooring that I use in every single kitchen. We do have counters in this one. But again, I don't know if I want to use them. I'm not a huge fan of the Realm of Magic counters. We don't even have a matching cabinets for it. I really do just, I really like the base game ones. I just think they look better. I don't really like the swatches in that one too much. I'm getting like, I'm getting frustrated with myself every time I have the eye drop and then search through the catalog to sort by packs again, but I can't help it. I do like the Realm of Magic stoves and fridge though. It looks really good and it matches so nicely with these cabinets too. Like the other ones, it would just be me forcing myself to use it. And actually, I normally don't even really use this fridge. But I think I like it for this. Normally I use this one because it also looks really good with that. I like the flower details on this one though. I rarely use it. I think I'm going to use it for this one though. Does this just go both on this wall? I do it on that wall. I just make this feel super cramped. Like it's really small, but they use it so much for so many different things that there's just stuff everywhere. I think that makes sense for me. I do a, like, sort of that. Thing is that this, though, I think would look better somewhere else. And then I could have that in there, I think. I think I prefer that. Maybe this taller one here. So that when you walk in, it's not like that overwhelming. Even though I feel like I want it to feel overwhelming, though, when you step into the kitchen. I want, like, too much stuff literally everywhere, at least for the kitchen. And, like, this, I had that idea, too, kind of having a bunch of books stacked around, so that's probably something I'll do. Oh, do I want this somewhere? It's just difficult to find space for stuff in this house because I said that I was going to put wallpaper and flooring down and I got distracted again. And now it's just flooring down and no wallpaper. If I can manage a bathroom with this in it, sort of like this is the bathroom storage, I would like that because I really want to use it because it's really pretty. So I'm going to try that. And I'm going to put wallpaper down because I need to stop just looking at this like this. I don't even know what colors to go for. I think I like the pink upstairs, but I want to use a wood, like a wooden paneling as an accent. So that's like a bit too much. This might all be wooden in here too. Maybe some brick in the bathroom. Brick in here too, maybe? I don't know. I'm not completely sold on the tile. I kind of just picked it because it's my favorite and my go-to, so maybe that'll change. No, I think I like the light swatch. It kind of breaks it up just a little bit so it's not like all the same wood throughout. Because I'm going to have a lot of the dark wood for the cabinets too. I have to keep that in mind. I need the darker one though. And these are really tall walls. Do I do that? It always looks a bit silly when I do double cabinets. But I'm gonna keep it for now. I can ignore that too. Okay, so I'm going to not do double cabinets throughout, but I'm going to put some different like shelving under there just so it's not all the same. Oh, that's not gonna work in here. It will though. I'll want a range like head thing. Okay, maybe this does bother me. It bothers me a lot actually. Okay. Um, just get rid of that completely. It definitely feels like this would be overwhelming to walk into, and if that was what I was going for, then I did it correctly because that's a lot. And then I'll have like clutter and stuff, which I'll go back in for more clutter. And I'll just get like the main pieces down of all the furniture that I know I'm going to need. Like a dining room table in here. with the Realm of Magic chairs, which I actually really do love these chairs too. I should be commenting on like the things that I actually really do like in Realm of Magic. I feel like I really like the pack because it of course it brings spellcasters in, which is like my favorite occult. But I don't know if I like a lot of the build buy in it. And it's like there's items that I really appreciate and I think are really beautiful, but when I'm making spellcaster builds, I don't know how much of Realm of Magic I truly use to like achieve the theme for that sort of thing. Because like of course I'll like usually use this. I'll like use that. Usually I forget this exists and I almost never use it. And so it's nice to see it again. And normally I don't even use this bookcase. I use the bookcase from Life and Death. So I really just like Realm of Magic is the spellcaster pack, but I don't there's not a lot of stuff I use from it. And then like werewolves is where I use like a lot of the clutter because I really like the clutter that comes with werewolves. I think it looks really nice. I kind of want a coffee table out here and with that on it. I don't know if that's going to be like a lot of stuff. That's like too much stuff in the way, I think. Especially with this. I don't think I could have a coffee table here. This one is really cute though. It just like would be nice to have and just have like a bunch of smaller plants on it. So if I move some stuff around. Yeah, that'll be really cute, and we could put like a bunch of different smaller flowers on that I couldn't use before. Like this is almost like where they pot the plants is what I'm thinking. I definitely like that. This would be a nightmare to water all of this stuff though. Like all of these plants. It's like all over this porch. Because it's like I had such a big garden this year and watering everything was a nightmare. So I know that this would be a nightmare. But when I was like going to do for like my birthday sort of, I was going to do like my dream house. And the one thing I thought of for that was sort of something like this, where it's like there's this part connected to a garden and the sitting area. So that's like the one thing that was like in my head. And so I guess it makes sense that I wanted to do it here. And then I never actually did the little like dream house thing. One day I'll make a cottage just for my sim self. Which also reminds me that I wanted to update my pictures, like my profile pictures to make it like a sim, my like sim self. And then I got so busy with everything and then like Enchanted by Nature came out and I was like doing all of my like lot building builds and stuff. And so that like completely left my brain and I think about it every so often that I wanted to change my profile pictures. And it was a goal of mine for this year, but you know what? The year isn't over. It's not even almost over. We've got a couple months left of the year. I'm really not sold on this couch being here. I think I'm going to make this just a study in here. And it would make more sense. It's just like books piled everywhere, and this is like their spell room. And then they go outside to like all their like magical plants. It makes sense in my head. I want to use a different swatch than I used in there just to make it feel a little bit different. I'm not going to use one of those computers. See, this is another item I use all the time in my witchy builds, and it's just base game. So I really rarely use Realm of Magic, but I do love the chairs. I do use the chairs in quite a lot of my builds. Let me make sure that I could fit stuff in the bathroom. I'll probably just do that. And I love the toilet from Realm of Magic. So that is another thing that I do use. I don't know where I could fit a sink. I don't use the Realm of Magic sink, I must say. I don't think I've ever used this unless I really forced myself to try and find a place for it. But I could picture it really in like a really beautiful, elegant bathroom, but that's just not the type of bathrooms that I build. I really want this to work. So I think I need to do this. So everything fits, and I can use that really pretty object. This mirror is pretty from Realm of Magic too. The thing is that all of the mirrors I love in this game are all base game. I love this mirror and I love this mirror. You'll see these in every single one of my builds. And so I never have to use like any other pack of mirrors because the two best ones in the game are base game. I do like having that mirror over here though, so I might just like throw it behind the door. This is another really good mirror that I like. That's just base game. I don't use it as much as I use this one, but this one is definitely one that I use. Usually if I'm doing a whole, like, a giant mirror wall, I'll usually use this one. I could probably get this in the bedroom somewhere. I mean, I have the floor mirror, though, so there's really no reason to have another mirror. Okay, one right here. Perfect. I'll need to pick out the lights down here, too. So at least I now have a good idea of each room. And now I know that this is just going to be a study room with books kind of everywhere. I'll have some side tables with some books stacked up. If I can manage a chess table, I'll do that too. Now I'll change out the lighting because that's going to make a huge difference for everything else, especially with like picking out lamps and other things, and also just the lighting is just going to look better and actually be fitting for what I want to build. I think, yeah, I love these from Realm of Magic. Like, what are they? The light bugs. These are very cute, and I think will look really nice outside too. Have them above some of the doorways. We'll definitely need more lighting than just these bug lamps everywhere. But it's a good start. And then I'll grab these somewhere. I wanted to feel like it's lit mostly by candles. And I don't really think that there's any chandeliers that I'll really want to use. I've never really used this item. Orb torch. I mean, a torch would make sense out there. Have another candle there. Have an oil lamp, maybe in the kitchen. The kitchen's gonna need pretty bright light though. This is gonna be huge, so I can't really do that. Well, if I size it down, I never use this because of how large it is. But you could just size them down and it's fine, right? Oh wait, no, because there's like the glowing orbs, which I guess it could make sense for a magic build. I just don't know what it looks like in live mode. I use this in my werewolf build, this cute light, which I really never use, but I really have to. Let me do all lights. Oh, do I like it better like this? Seems very dim. Well, that's because I didn't put a lot of lights in yet. And then I'll get some side tables in here just so that I can get space for books and for some more candles. Can I fit this here? It's kind of like squeezing it in, but I think I can fit that there. Um, this would have been a good. Do I want this in here instead of this taller one? No, I kind of like that. I'll throw this here. I think a console table could work in here because it won't like block up too much of the windows, but it gives me some more space to put things on. And of course, I'm gonna have more plants throughout the dining room too to fill in space. I think I need a chandelier in the dining room. Should I risk this looking weird with the lights? I think it might be cool to have the floating lights. I don't know what it looks like though. I'll playtest it at the end and it'll probably be okay. And if it's not, I'll just like put in something else. Well, these are really cute. I will need lights outside. I think that these like match really nicely. I'm gonna have more plants back there. I've been getting so sidetracked. I feel like I'm usually more organized when I'm building, but I also don't do build videos like this super often, so maybe I'm not that organized and I just didn't realize. What is this? Oh, that's the piece of the window. I'll probably only be able to get one side table in here. I'll do a fancier one because this is a pretty fancy bed. I feel like it would look so pretty with all the stained glass and like the light coming through the stained glass windows. I want another oil lamp in here. Be over here. Oh, need to change it to. I probably need a chandelier by the door. Oh, I do like this one. Forgot that this existed. Okay, brightens it up just a little bit. Because I just don't think I can light the entire place with candles. It's so bright in here, though, but that's because it's made of glass, so it makes sense that it's going to be super bright. What kind of books do we have? I know the other one's called tomes. Oh, it comes up when I type in books. I swear, sometimes the last time I tried to find this book by typing in book, it didn't come up. But maybe I'm just wrong and I'm misremembering things, which is probably most likely the case. I fit in like smaller bookcases somewhere. Okay, I do use this bookcase. The smaller one from Realm of Magic. I do use this one a lot. I don't know where I want this candle to go now. Here probably makes the most sense. I definitely can't fit any more huge furniture in here. I think that's probably the most like furniture I could get in, and then the rest was just going to have to be decorations. And much more of these tomes everywhere. I could change the color so it doesn't like feel like that repetitive. But they are going to be repetitive because there's not that many book choices. So I did take another break and I have tool mod installed now so I can layer some rocks around here if I want to. After all, maybe I'll just do it now and take a look. Need to turn on debug again. Did we get rock? Oh yeah, we got like these sorts of rocks. Which these ones are really cool, but it's not going to work for this build. But you could create some really beautiful things with that. I do like these rocks, but once again, I don't see this fitting into what I already have. So I'm going to just use... I I kind of like the mossy ones. I used moss-covered rocks in my werewolf one, and since then, I'm like, wow, I really like the moss on top of them. I'll probably go with those ones. And like mix them in with these. I'm not going to do it all the way around. Just on parts of it. Okay. And just lower that one a little bit too. And to like move the rock, I hold down Alt and I click, which I never remember in my speed builds because it's muscle memory. So if you ever wonder, that's how I do it. And just going to add some more foliage over here. I like these really like big bushes because it fills in a lot of space and you don't have to really think too hard about everything. And when I was looking, I was like, should I add lavender to this build? I think it would look kind of nice to have pops of lavender around. I really like these base game plants to fill in just little gaps to make it feel a little bit more lush. Put in that. Let me see how it looks at night. I usually don't really put lights in my builds. Not because I don't want to, it's just because I forget about it. Like, I mean, exterior lights I usually don't put around. I don't know if I want more flowers on this lower level, because I imagine this would be filled with way more flowers too than it's actually here. This looks like such a peaceful sort of pathway to go down at night and just sit over here. Make your little potions in your cauldron. I want some more pots down here. Maybe just ones that I can put other plants in. Did I want... I probably need something over here. I was imagining you, like, looking over the pond. So probably some sort of bench. Or even a little picnic table. That's too big for this area, I think. I already have one of these benches, so I want to see if there's something else that I can do instead. That could be cute. And I could set a candle down on top of the table. Yeah. Looks like a cozy spot. And I want to get a bunch of rugs in here. I don't know if I want to keep it at night. What's a good lighting? This seems like a good lighting. I'll switch back to night when I need to make sure that all of the inside lights look good together. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Rugs. Okay. I want a rug at the front door too. I don't want to use the same rugs over and over again. That one fits there. I also, when I was putting together the clips for this video, I realized that I wanted to try and fit a chess table in, but I think that idea is just going to be scrapped because there's definitely no place for it. Or, see, I get sidetracked. I'm like, let me put the rugs in, and I'm like, let me go and see if I can find the chess tables, because I could put it right out here. Oh, wait. That confused me because it, like the bug where it covers the doors. I could put that there. Do different chairs out here. That's kind of nice. And I want more plants in here, and I want a rug in there. I want a bathroom rug too. Which, what are the colors in this? This green is kind of nice. I want to use this in here. I have no lights in the bathroom, is what I'm realizing. Can I fit a lamp in here? Put an oil lamp, which I don't know if that makes sense to have an oil lamp behind there. I actually have no idea. Oh wait, there's these cute lights as well I forgot about. These are really nice. I'll probably put two up there. Change it to yellow because I like how it looks better like that. I'll get a dresser up here. There isn't really going to be much else in the bedroom, I don't think. I definitely want to put some more stuff into here, so let me check just because this will be quick. I could get rid of debug and live edit because I don't think I'm going back outside. I think I'm done with the exterior of the build. Anything to just fill up this space because there is a lot of space in this bathroom. Yeah. This. I think that's good. This doesn't lock in there, like slot in there, I mean, but I just put it in myself. Anything else I could put in there? I'm just gonna put another basket up there. I'll do a different color. I do want to use some wall art because I feel like there's probably some really good wall art in this pack. Do I want this round rug? I think it looks good. I'm just putting a bunch of plants wherever they fit. Probably swap these because that could go in that corner. I don't know what other kind of witchy clutter we have. These, I feel like, act as good potion bottles in base game. So I usually like those. And I want a lot more clutter in the kitchen, too. I just have these open books everywhere, but I feel like it makes sense. I was struggling to rotate that item. Some storage boxes in here. Oh yeah, I need to get the range hood. I like that one. And then I have some more shelves where I could put stuff. I did want this place to feel like there's like way too much stuff everywhere. So I'm going to try my best to do that. I have to move these out so I could put stuff up there. Why can't I slot more stuff up there? It's like seems strange that I can't slot any of the stuff on these two shelves. I'll change the color of that because I have one like right there too. Really, I can't even slot this? That's wild. Oh yeah, I need a sink. I also don't, I'm not going to cover every single surface because then it's not functional. So I wanted to just like feel like there's a lot, and I think that it works with like all the cabinets and like all of the stuff off to the side. One thing like I could do is like try to squeeze in some sort of like cart, but I don't think we have anything in base game like that. Or anything that can act as that, where it's kind of like extra storage. I could just put an entire table in here. So it's almost like this is also where they cook. I wish that I was doing more packs because I would use the kitchen clutter kit baking stuff. That would look so cute right there. But maybe I could put something else on here instead of leaving it empty. Grab one of these to throw somewhere too. I'll throw it over there. I don't know, but some more books under here. Like those are like cooking books. Oh, this could be useful. Like over there where they water the plants. I don't know if there's anything that I'd want to put on here. I don't think there's anything that would make sense. But this would be like kind of like where they also cook on that table. And I feel like this could be functional because they only need half a tile to get around to everything. I will put in a fire alarm since I just remembered. Especially if I'm going to play test it after. It'll just be like nice to not have to worry about anything happening. I'll put it out here. Okay, and let me look at wall decorations. I do love the like these little art pieces, like the prints that come with Realm of Magic. This is really nice. I could probably just throw it in the bathroom. It's kind of like they put things wherever they had some free space to fit it. Is that the only two things we got, though? I think so. I'll throw that there. Kind of want something up here. I could just keep using the same ones. It's like, who cares? Well, that's in there. I'll do that one, so it's a little bit different. And then up here, I would love to fit this in here too. I could do that one. And I need a dresser. And I need something in this corner, which I think is going to be a bookcase. Because I feel like that would make the most sense and it just like fits in perfectly. I could do an ottoman like over here. It's kind of a tight fit, but I think it's okay. Have this here, and let me see what size dressers we have. Oh wait, that would actually work out fine. Especially if I could always just do this too and have this off to the side there. I don't think this could fit anywhere up here. Is there anywhere I could like sneak it in to make it feel a little bit more cluttered? I could throw it off to the side. I need a rug up here. I've never used this. I don't really like the blue in it though. I could do that one. Maybe one more piece of like art off to the side. These paintings are just gonna like make the build so much more expensive. That's like 3,000. I'm not really worried about the money though, and now I'm going to just eye drop things because I don't think I'm gonna look for anything new. But I can try and like add just like some extra things around. I realized that I didn't use these books, so that's like the only other thing that I really wanted to grab. Oh, I should look through the debug clutter that came with Realm of Magic, because I'm sure that I can get some more witchy stuff out of there, and it'll, like, look really good. Like, especially the potion bottles. I didn't even think about any of this, so good thing I'm thinking about it now. I actually really love the way that these books look with the pink wall. Okay, let me look at Realm of Magic and just look at the debug items, too. Oh yeah, there's like wands and the potions. I almost missed out on everything because I wasn't really thinking. That's really cute. Which color? Purple? The pink? I think I like this red. And the brooms too. I can't believe I almost forgot about everything. This is what makes Realm of Magic worth it. I was like, I feel like I use some Realm of Magic stuff everywhere. It's like, yeah, there's the brooms and also these herbs are some of my favorites that I need to have in some more places in the build too. Like size down, literally anywhere. Over the archways is always nice too. Have them in a couple of places. I would decorate with the tomes, but it's like the Sims like put them away right away. I'll put one in anyway though. Oh yeah, a little wand would be really cute, like on the dining room table because I don't know where else to put it without it just randomly getting lost amongst everything else. Some more potions in here. Can I snap them up there? No. I love the bar that came with it too. I actually probably can fit the bar because there's so much space out here. Nice. I didn't think I was going to be able to fit the bar in, so I'm glad that I was able to. Oops, I didn't mean to grab that. Maybe another broom, like outside. Do another wand. Trying to see if I could add like more height levels into this. I think that works. I need to do base game too, so I could get a plant to put up here. I don't know if I'm like forgetting anything. I feel like it's everything is. Oh yeah, I wanted to put stuff up here. That was what I was genuinely forgetting. Let me remove base game again. Probably just get some more books. I'll look around the place. How does this look stacked on top of each other? There was something that was floating before, like a lot. Oh, this. I need to use tool mod for. I don't think I could even fit this in somewhere as like just some extra stuff thrown around. Maybe in here I can. I'm worried about this fireplace catching on fire. No one will see that. I don't know if you need them in separate rooms. I don't remember. I think you don't. I could stack some more of these. I feel like it's done. And if I do the thing where I go back in, I just add like a few more items, not record it, I'll show it in like a little walkthrough because I'll do a little like playtest walkthrough of it after. And we can like see how everything looks. And like I'm curious about the chandelier because I don't know what that light is going to look like, so I might have to just like change it out if it looks odd. But for the most part, everything is fine. I'll see if there's a. I could just put maybe like this here. I don't think any of the windows really need curtains because they're all like really pretty stained glass windows throughout. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna probably have to add more windows, and then I didn't. But I really like the look of just like low light in builds. And maybe I just need like some sort of warmth in this room because there isn't. I don't think there's a single light in here. Just put some candles on the floor. That could be fine. Yeah, I think it's all okay. It's a little dark back here too. I wish that I could have made this more than one bedroom, but I like how it turned out. So I moved my sim in, and I figure that if I'm gonna make changes, I might as well just make the changes while I'm doing this anyway. And when I was trying to like make the thumbnail for this video, I realized that I didn't put enough plants on the roof, and that was pretty much me just kind of forgetting because I kept moving on to so many different areas of this build very quickly because I would get distracted and I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Let me go and do this. And I kept forgetting. I'm probably going to get some debug base game of these bushes here too. I feel like I'm nervous that they're not base game, but I think it's no, yeah, because I uploaded this. I saved it to the gallery and it said Realm of Magic base game only. So I don't need to think that maybe I accidentally used a pack one of these because there's so many different versions of this. That kind of blocks the flowers though, so I don't want to do that. But I do want to put this around to fill in the space. This is like my favorite way to decorate a roof is using these bushes. I guess I can size it down a bit more and put them here like I did just there. Don't know if I'm going to add a little bit more into the interior of the build or not, of like books and stuff. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to do yet. Also, I changed the roof peaks just a little bit because I realized that I didn't, and I almost never use the like base shape of the roof peak. It is kind of hard to give it the like really witchy, whimsical, like narrow roof peak that's up a bit more when you're putting these plants on the roof. That's like the one thing I don't really like about the update where you could place the plants on the roof because it really limits you now on what plants you could put on because these are just always going to snap on the roof and you have to really adjust the roof shape if you want to actually use that. I'm gonna have to retake a picture of this build because it felt so empty without more plants on the roof. And if it's an occult build, I feel like I need so many. And I think maybe that's too many pink flowers in one area. But I'm already looking forward to doing a vampires one of this. I think that one will have more of a Victorian sort of shape to it. And I'll definitely have a tower, and that'll be a shell that you can build alongside me if you choose to. Today is Sunday, which is the day before I'm going to upload this, but I already uploaded the shell to the gallery, so if you follow me on the gallery, maybe I don't know. Do people still get notifications on the side when people upload to the gallery and you're in the game? I know that I used to see when my friends would upload stuff, but ever since the gallery broke a lot and then unfollowed like pretty much everybody that I followed, which happened to a lot of people, I don't actually know how the gallery works anymore. I've never seen any notifications pop up, so either I'm not following anyone anymore or that's just not how it works. But anyway, the shell is already on the gallery. And if you have like a Sims account that you post your builds to, definitely tag me if you do like actually you use the shell for anything. I'd love to see it. And I'll have a highlight on my Instagram. Like, because I have a highlight for all of my past shell challenges, but I'll also have another highlight with like other shell challenges that are shared on Instagram, and I'll share them on my story too and put them in a little highlight so I can look back at them. Because sometimes I look back at the old one, like my old shell challenges that I've like toured on my Twitch stream. And I just like seeing everyone's different builds that they can make with one single shell. I think I want it to have a pathway over here too. Nothing like too fancy, just to connect it a little bit. Just that. Yeah, I could do that too. I think it lines up with this. Kind of makes sense a little bit to have it like that. I think that's fine. And I think I should probably put just some more plants on this side because it is kind of empty over here. So it could be nice just to eye drop some things. I was getting so tired of having to reset my filters on my game, so I kept just like I just like avoided adding more items because I was like I don't want to have to re like do my filters for like what felt like the 20th time that like moment. Also, I had already seen how the chandelier looks and I really like it. It's nighttime, so it's going to now be very dark. And I said earlier that I had like a cough that I was dealing with, and I feel like it's gotten better over the last 24 hours. I did have to stop to cough just now, but it definitely I don't feel as congested, which is really good. But yeah, I feel like the lights look really cool, and this is something that I can probably use in my other builds now. Because this is huge. And so when I had seen those, I wasn't really sure what it would look like. But I think it's like, I like it. Feels like magical little ghost orbs floating around. I got interrupted once again because my dog was scratching at my door to come in my room. Okay. I was making sure that he wasn't going on top of my pillows on my bed. Oh yeah, playtesting. I got completely distracted by this. I do want to make sure the kitchen works because it is really cluttered with a lot of stuff thrown everywhere. So I'm gonna make her make a cake just so that I can see. Oh, something's very wrong already. Uh, well, I hope that it's nothing too extreme. It's probably the table in the middle. No, it's not. I don't know then. Maybe it is just the fridge that's not working. Will she tell me? I think it probably is just the fridge. Oh, because do they really need that much space? This might not be able to be in the middle. It'll have to be thrown off to the side, and I hope that they can use the oven. Okay, so she does need that much space, but since she's standing there, I can see if I could get away with it being a little bit closer. Is that going to completely destroy it again? Okay. So I feel like that's fine right there anyway. I would like it more in the middle. I'm just afraid of it blocking other stuff. This book is fighting me. Hold on. Okay. Because if I could have it here, I think that is reasonable. I'm once again using my fairy sim that I made with Enchanted by Nature. Because I really love her. And this, I've just been moving her around to all of my houses when I have to playtest or take pictures. Oh, and then the cake in the middle. That's cute. I need to make sure that she could get in here again. I guess I could just have her put it away, and that'll... Okay, see, I'm fine with it being over there. Sure, she could use the sink. Probably come and sit here. This is probably gonna set everything on fire when she lights this. I like how warm this room looks with the fire on now. I'm gonna have to take a really nice picture with the fire on. What else? I don't really care about, like, the planters being functional. Make sure the bathroom all works. I'm like taking a second to like admire how the furniture looks. I actually really like the way all the Realm of Magic stuff looks in this build because like I was saying earlier that I really don't use it often, but I want to use this more. I think it looks nice with my G shade too, and I want to use some other stuff more. I could definitely use this more. I just don't like that this is blue. That's like the one thing about it. If that was like a different color, I'd probably really love it. I'm just not really a fan of the color blue, and that's like a very bright blue too. I need to make sure the cauldron works down here. Yeah. Probably the bedroom is most likely the last thing. But I don't see how it would be an issue. She, like, I'm pretty sure she could walk through all of this, yeah. It feels all warm and cozy up here, too. I really like this house. It is really expensive, though. It's like 100,000 simoleons for this place. And I realized that, like, if this wasn't pack limited, you could have the house plants over here, and then it would actually be able to spray the plants and water them. But every time I've tried to use those plants in my houses, they die every single time because I kind of forget about them after a while. I think that's the only things that I'd be worried about not working. I was mostly just concerned about the kitchen. Everything else definitely is just it's okay because I'm sure she could walk through that too. Yeah, so everything works, and I'll take some pictures to show how it all looks in like tab mode. Here are the screenshots, and I really do love doing pack limited builds. Like I said last time, it really helps me to rediscover some items that I usually forget about because of how large the catalog is for The Sims now. And thank you to everyone who has watched this much of the video. Well, I guess the entire video. I'm really enjoying this sort of style. It is a lot easier on me and definitely more sustainable to get videos out more often. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.